Okay, day 10 on the Hayabusa, and today I cannot still reassemble the back end because I'm still waiting for the dog bones. They should be here today as signed for and hopefully before 3:30 p.m, but it's now 10 o'clock and I'm not going to wait around twiddling my thumbs until then and find I've run out of time. So instead I'm going to step back from the reassembly. I still can't assemble it until they arrive. I'm going to do something more useful instead. Now this is a torque arm. I think you know what that is. That's the little piece of metal I struggled so long to get off the back because that bolt was stuck, but once it came off it is in perfectly good order. However, what I wanted to do, this is a custom bike build, so I will be doing lots of custom fabrication for this bike as time goes on, but for today I'm still stuck with this assembly. But as I'm kind of stalled on that, as I can't do anything today because I'm waiting for parts, I might as well do some fabrication. And I love fabrication so much. It is my favourite pastime, as I'm sure you know. I want to do something to keep me amused and keep the juices flowing on that up here, and I've got some cool metal in mind for it. I'm going to make one of these. This is the torque arm, the thing that holds the caliper to the swinging arm and controls it from spinning around the disc. A very important component, that it is strong enough for the job and correctly shaped. As you can see, there's a little bit of fabrication to it. It's got a curve to it and the ends have to line up and everything. The holes all have to be the right size. So there's a proper little piece of fabrication. I'm going to make it out of steel, not aluminium. I'm going to use the welder and the drill and the lathe, and I'm going to hopefully make something at the end of today that is really cool, totally custom, totally unique, and will stand out and again fit in with the rest of the bike that's going to be completely mad and crazy when it's done. So there we are. Today, a torque arm for a Suzuki Hayabusa. Let's see if we can make it work. Cock on first time. Well, boy did I need that. Awesome. What a fantastic fun day of fabrication. And I made this. This is my torque arm for my Hayabusa rat rod project. Very much looks like a rat bike item, so I'm quite proud of that. It is shiny at the moment because I just polished it to make it look nice, because I just did. But ultimately that will go black. What I'm going to do with it, I'm not going to paint it. I'm going to oil burnish that, and I'm going to try and do a lot more steel parts on the bike in the same way. So just heat it up to straw colour and then douse it in dark sump oil, and that will get a lovely bronze finish to it, and it won't rust either. Awesome. I'm looking forward to getting into that bit as well. Now, as far as strength, I think that is actually stronger than the original. Here's the original. I've made it so that things like that on the end, all the fittings are the correct size. All the clevises fit. I've checked them on the swing arm and the caliper, and it all fits. Also, it follows the correct line. You've got that step off in it to the left as it goes down, and that's absolutely perfect and correct. The only error, if there is such a thing, is this. The distance between the holes on this compared to the standard one is 1.5 mil longer. Now that clevis, for instance, is longer, but it's deliberately longer because I wanted to weld that inside. I wanted some space for that welding in there. The actual holes all line up, no problem at all. And there'll be plenty of room in there for the lug on the frame. So no problem. I think it's going to be stronger than this aluminium thin one that the factory supplied, and that's certainly strong enough for the job, obviously. This definitely strong enough for the job. Now I threaded those in, as you saw, as well as welding them outside and inside. Ain't going anywhere, it seriously ain't. And also, getting it all lined up, another thing with the thread, it was useful being able to twist that thread a little bit and line it up absolutely perfectly on both planes, that way and straight. So it's bang on. It all fits. Superb. Right, so I won't be doing anything more with that today. I'm going to call it done. I am horribly late for work. It's 4:45. I'm going to have to work an hour later tonight to cover that, and that's all right, it's no problem. I'm reliably informed also on the phone that all the parts are here. The dog bones, the bolts for the disc, the nuts and bolts for the sprocket on the other side. So now at last, he said, risking and jinxing it again, I can reassemble the whole rear end in the next video, including my torque arm, what I made today. Awesome. There we go. I think that's it for today. Take it easy, ride safe. I'll see you next time.